it's all going in the same pot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no competition. Like make the healthy competition, but then once you say I do, we do,
it's combined.
It's all together.
And that's exactly what happened.
I'm still with it.
What's happening? No capping. We with AO, about to get a plate bowl. Pull up to the table. Let's go.
You know, when it comes to maximizing your single season, I think one of the things that we should do as single people is to look at married people who understand the single life, but then can give us some wisdom about married life. And today I'm really excited because while nearly 52% of marriages are failing, I have a couple in front of me that I believe been through some stuff, worked through some stuff, and they're not going to be a part of that 52%. They're going to survive. They may, yell at each other every now and then, which is, I think it's acceptable in marriages, but I think the key thing is, how do you work through it? Financial issues, goals, dreams, visions, submissiveness. You talk about all of that, So today we're going to talk about how do you win as a couple in areas of money, And so I really want you to keep it locked. Share this video, share today's show with someone because it's really going to bless us. If you're single and if you are married, it's really going to bless you. Listen, at the table for the first time, man, I have two amazing people that have become friends, and I really want to share their story and interview them. I know their story, but we're going to dive in deeper. I like to learn my guests while they're on the show. So I get the general aspect of things, and then I leave, and I just, leave room to where when you come to the table, we'll just dive in, we'll just have a conversation. So I have Nicole and Greg Jones. The husband's real cool. You're going to see the husband. He's like real laid back. He's an introvert. So, he's just going to be chill. He's going to be copacetic. Now Nicole, she's the life of the couple. She's going to be lively. She's going to be like, hey, but when Greg do talk, don't get it twisted. The man is going to, oh, wait, did you just say that? So really, what you're saying is this. Yeah. Okay. Then he gonna be out. So, help me welcome to the table for the first time, my friends, Nicole and Greg. What's going on, fam?
What's going on? I appreciate the intro.
Man, y'all cool, man. Y'all cool with me, man. I am loving. Y'all been here for a couple of days now, just chilling out with this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm really looking forward to this interview, man. And Greg, you're just I wish I had your swag,
I love it.
I talk too much, I'm gonna be honest. I just talk too much. But when you talk, it's like, wow, he just dropped that. And then you just disappear. Where did he go?
I try to be intentional. And when I do, I leave you wanting more.
Right,
Yo, you do.
Right.
I be like, he just dropped all that. Nicole, where your husband at?
Where'd he go?
Yeah, he done went downstairs in the basement. He like, I just want to drop some nuggets and go on about my life.
I love it.
Yo, how long y'all been married?
6 years this year.
6 years.
We're making it. We're moving this thing along.
Are you serious? So what's this, 2022? So what, 2016?
Yep.
Wow. Yep. How did y'all meet?
Through a mutual friend.
Mutual friends?
Through a mutual friend. Yeah, he worked with a
coworker of mine, and we were really good friends, and decided we wanted to go for a walk, and luckily it was the right timing. And
perfect.
Wait, y'all went for a walk? That's how y'all first started?
Yeah. It was at
that was
the
our
mountain.
First date?
Yeah. Well, date.
It wasn't a date?
It wasn't a date.
So it was a friendship just to go for a walk?
The friend asked us, hey, do you want to go on a walk? She reached out to me. She's like, I'm going to invite some of my coworkers. So I was like, yeah, cool. Let's go around the mountain, walk around the trail. He ended up being the only coworker that ended up coming besides my friend. So it was just walking on the trail, getting to know each other.
Was she married?
No, she was not.
Oh, man. Was she trying to hook up with you?
No.
She wasn't.
We're just good friends.
Shout out Alice, by the way.
Hey, Alice, good looking. Good looking, Alice. I know she probably like, hey, I invited him for me and my girl got him.
No. But it just started off as friendship at that point.
For real?
Yeah.
So y'all wasn't even interested after the first time y'all went on the walk? Or were you interested?
I was eyeing him for sure.
You were eyeing him?
I was like,
Were you eyeing her?
I was looking. We had good scenery along the way for sure. And, the right flow of river just passing by, just those little moments. But
where was this at? Where y'all walking?
In Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yeah, in Georgia.
And there's a river out there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really off the beaten path.
River?
Yeah.
Beautiful lady, handsome man.
Yeah.
That sounds like a beautiful setup.
Yeah.
But it didn't start there. It started from a interaction and communication there, and then it kind of expanded out into more business. So we actually met because I was trying to get some help on a business that I was starting in software, and having the opportunity to know her and vibe.
Yeah.
It was just,
and I was a publicist. So we're both in college. I was a publicist. He was a web developer.
Okay.
And I was like, I can help you because I'm the networker. I'm like, how can I connect you with somebody that I know? How can I help you? And so it just started off like that.
Yeah, man. See, if a woman come to me and say, how can I help you build your bag?
Exactly.
And you beautiful.
It was perfect.
Oh, bro. Yeah, I'm eyeing. I'm like, yo, what's up? How you doing? Because that's biblical. Help me.
Yeah.
That's help me. She was designed to help you.
She was there.
And her first thing with you was helping you?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. I would have been like, hey, girl, how you doing? Help me help you.
Right.
I love it. All right, cool. So y'all get married. Y'all have any kids?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Both of y'all said not yet. Quick. Okay. Not yet.
It's coming.
It's coming. Okay. We'll be praying for that. But that's good, though. 6 years of just growing together.
Yes.
6 years of getting to know each other. I think that's a pretty good setup. So when y'all do have kids, you two know each other better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I think this generation, they get married and having kids in year one.
Yeah.
And as I'm getting older, I think I may have to, rush the process of kids. Mm-hmm. But I do want to spend at least a year or 2 years with my wife, with just us two.
Yeah. Just love each other, get
love
to know each other,
travel, get through all the headaches. Because there's going to be headaches. Because you're learning each other, you're moving in with each other. And I don't want to learn my wife and become a new father and learn how to become a father at the same time. I'm always going to be learning how to be a better husband and a better father. Yeah. But at least I want to know the core of my wife before we have to raise another life together.
Yeah.
So that's good. I like that. So when y'all got married, how much debt did y'all have together? Oh man.
Combined?
Lord Jesus.
Combined? 120?
Yeah, 120.
$120,000. What was that?
A lot of it was student loan debt.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a little bit of credit card, but majority was
student
loans.
Student loans.
Okay. All right. And okay, so I just gotta ask. I mean, are y'all debt free now?
Completely 100%
100% debt free.
Yes.
Yeah, we still have a mortgage. Obviously.
Yeah.
But completely debt free. Worked out a plan together even before we got married. We set aside a plan, and kind of those moments of nuggets is just, hey, communication. Let's see where we can get to from here and plan out. Who
had the most debt?
That would be. This one over here.
But you know what is so funny is that while Black ladies are the rising entrepreneur, they also come with the most debt.
The most debt. Gotcha.
Right. And I think when I hear ladies say that stat, right, like, yeah, we're the rising and breadwinners of our families. Yeah, but you're also, while you are making more money, the majority of that money is going towards your debt. So you're not really the breadwinner of the family. Yeah. Not knocking you ladies at all. No, it's just facts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so her having that much debt didn't scare you. Who started the conversation? Because you said y'all had a plan before you got married, which is so dope.
Yes.
Was that before engagement or once y'all got engaged? Well before engagement. Y'all were talking about the plan to pay off the debt together.
Yep.
That's new. Now that's interesting. Let's talk about that. So y'all just, in what they call in this generation, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talking about how y'all are going to pay off the debt. Mm-hmm. Now, I got to ask this question. No shame in the game. I just want to know, did y'all put all your debts into one pot and did y'all take it together as a dating couple? Or was it like, hey, Greg, here's your debt. Here's the plan. Hey, Nicole, here's your debt. Here's the plan. You go do this, Nicole. I'm going to go do this, Greg. And boom. Or did y'all combine and attack?
So it was both. We started off separate when we were dating and had like that monthly check-in. And then when we got married, we combined like tackling how to get that done.
That is so dope.
Yep. The initial conversations, though, during the dating phase was
tough.
How was it tough? Let's be real. Now, that is tough because who started the conversation?
That would be me.
Bro, man. Bro, man, you start how? Okay, wait. You gotta walk me through this.
Right.
You a silent brother. So how did you bring? So because here's the thing, single people. I tell single people, it's in a book. I'm gonna drop it in today's show notes. Right. I have a little book called How to Ask the Hard Questions While Dating.
Yes.
And inside of that, I say, yo, listen. Before you get into a committed relationship, so this is like dating while you're obtaining data.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, you are asking questions.
Yeah.
And then when you get into a committed relationship with some call courtship, right?
Yeah.
You need to have that conversation. Now, I didn't say you need to have a game plan.
Yeah.
About, yo, I need to know how much debt you have. I need to pull your credit report. And you was like, I need to know it all?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Whoa, bro. Okay, let's live right there. How did you bring that? When did you bring it up? As far as when y'all in 1 year in, 6 months in, 3 years in? And how did you bring it up? Were y'all at dinner? Was it on a phone call? Was like, yo, I need to see your credit, yo. And if your credit jacked up, nah, we ain't working. Like, how did you do that as a man?
I would say plans tend to fail without counseling.
Yeah.
Right. And so the biggest thing for me was I learned from my past, and I'd said, I don't want to repeat my past. And so communication was one of those things that just clicked to me and was like, hey, I need to communicate more. And I'm going to take this journey and figure it out. And I took some paths, and with this person who was willing to listen, we sat down and had some real tough conversations and said, hey, this is where I want to be. And if I'm looking for that future, these are the things I want to live by. And communication was one of those key.
It was huge.
And so, it didn't span out over the first year, but over time, having a set goal and monthly communications, even if it's not intentional, but at least try to have an intention every month to have a conversation and build on it. Once you find that communication in there, you don't need to have these set days, right? And then build on that over time, because the communication gets easier. So
here's the other half of that.
Nicole,
okay, I got you.
How did you feel? I'm just thinking, like, as a Black woman,
Yes.
her man comes to her and says, yo, listen, what's good?
Yep.
What's your money looking like?
Yep.
Like, how did you feel?
The other part of that is being willing and open and vulnerable to want to accept a relationship like that, which is where I came in. I was like, this is what I want out of a relationship, because between the both of us, he was better with the structure of financial management. I came into the relationship saying, hey, I know I need help. I know the practices and habits that I've done so far have not been helping me. So when it came to us having that dialogue, I was like, okay, I'm open to it. However, I was still nervous. I was scared. And some of those monthly check-ins that we had about finances, because we talked about a number of things in those monthly check-ins that we had during that dating phase. But when it came to the financial piece, I was like, ooh, we got to talk about this right now. I was hot. I was sweating. Sometimes I cried because I was so uncomfortable with finances that having that conversation was just not my cup of tea. I just did not enjoy talking about it, even though I knew it was going to help me improve and be better in the long run.
So how did you over time get comfortable with Greg in the dating phases? This is new.
Yeah.
Like, this is, which is why I see why y'all's marriage is successful, but that's new. I mean, I'm pretty sure half of the people watching and listening right now are like, ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world I'm about to tell my boyfriend and be having a monthly check-in on this and that. But it ain't none of it business, because we may not work. Yeah. Now, if we don't work, this dude know all my personal business, know all my life, know my score, know who I owe, da-da-da-da. But I like this because I'm like, you actually draw closer because now you are really vulnerable with each other. And then that draws a level of, yo, this is my partner.
Yep.
How did you feel when you saw her cry sometimes?
It was tough. I think a lot of the times trying to comfort that moment of vulnerability that we all have things. I had that, so it wasn't like she was by herself. But having that understanding of, hey, this is where we're trying to go to, and setting those goals, and having the hey, this is where we want to get to. If we could do these things, we could get here. Even to our wedding, planning out, do you want the great wedding or do you want the home? Like what kind of...
You gave her an ultimatum, the wedding or the home?
No.
It wasn't ultimatum.
She still got it wet.
I was like, Greg, you a beast, son. You teach all the men how to do that. You look here. You right here? You gonna be right here.
I can't come
By
to
the
your
time we
audience
got
and
to
say
the
that.
wedding, I already knew what our mission was, like our goals were. Like we could together knew what that looked like. So we, at that moment, I was like, I would rather have the house. Like I've never been one of those girls that like dreamt of her wedding growing up anyway. So I'm like, I still want to have a great experience with the tight knit group. But if I had to pick, I want the house.
And it's
So
still
we
a great wedding
spent
now.
less than $5,000 on the wedding together and planned it and everything.
Are you
so we can get the
serious?
house. Yep.
Even the
And it
average
was
during that
amazing.
time was 20,000.
20,000. Now it's up. Yeah, it's up 28 now.
Yeah. It's like, nah, I couldn't see myself paying that much. But again, that moment of real reflection. Hey, where do we want to be? Where do we want to go? And we can get there now if we do the right things, if we plan intentionally, right? And even by doing that, even by giving those, we still set the agenda that we still wanted a great wedding. And, to my wife, she's a planner. She did a great job in finding the right avenues. And you would never have told that it looked like a $5,000 wedding. It looked like 20.
Yeah, my sister did a wedding. Oh man, my sister's been married for a while now, about 11, 12 years.
Nice.
And I don't think she spent $5,000 in California.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Wow, that's impressive.
I just recently had on the show the couple that got married. They went viral. Good Morning America. All these people talked to them. And they spent $49 on their dress and $500 on a wedding. They got married on the side of the highway.
Wow, yes.
They didn't pay for a venue. And then made people pay for their own food. I was like, okay.
We need to learn from them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, look here. If there's a sister out there that'll let me do that, yes, sir. Yeah, where you at, girl? Where you at? The DMs are open if you about that life. So I really want to answer this question because I have a lot of single people who watching me, right? Like, and I really want to encourage them because I think some of them saying, ooh, what if they're not ready to be like you? Like, what would you encourage them to think about? Why it's important? Because I don't think every man deserves that, because not every man is being intentional. Like not every man is intentionally dating for the intent of marriage. And I think if that man is not intentionally dating for marriage, then he doesn't deserve to be all up in your business and planning with you. Yeah. But if he is a guy like Greg and he's like, yo, I genuinely, I'm dating so I can get married. And I don't want to just waste our time. The marriage is the ultimate goal. And then once we get married, the goals change. So to get there, here's some things we need to put in place. But there will be some uncomfortable conversations.
Very much so.
And so how do ladies feel at least comfortable enough to start that journey? That
dialogue. I would say two things. Communication. I mean, across the board, any relationship, friendship, family, whatever, but definitely with the intent of wanting to be married with that person, communication is going to get you there. And then being able to know each other's strengths. You'll find that out when you do the communication piece. Because we communicated so frequently, so often, to the point where then we started having the monthly check-ins, it made it a lot more easier to open up, especially if you're one of those people that's more on guard. You kind of keep things behind the belt. You don't really share anything on the onset. Just having that check-in, starting off with saying, hey, how was our relationship this past month? Did I do something that you didn't like? Did I do anything that you really liked?
Y'all was asking those kind of questions?
Yep.
I'll backtrack a little bit first because not to try and mansplain anything, but it's I think one of the first things that really did help was our faith in God,
Yeah.
and being more intentional there to say, hey, if I'm willing to pray with you, like this is serious, right? Like, once I bring everything full force, like if I'm not going to go full into this if you don't believe where I am at.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so, a lot of that was, let's pray. Let's understand what we want out of this. And if we're willing to do that, let's start moving forward.
Yeah, that's definitely a foundation. It almost goes without even saying, because it's like it was just a part of who we are as people. So having that foundation, I think ever since for the past, I don't even know how many years, we've prayed every single morning.
Every single morning.
Every single morning. Have not missed a beat.
Even during travels.
Even during travel. We bring our book with us everywhere we travel.
Are you serious? And then what if y'all are like separate?
We call each other.
FaceTime.
And do the prayer.
Yep. One time I was in Germany and he was at home. So there was like a huge time difference.
Big difference.
It
And
was
y'all
midnight.
still made it work.
We still made it work.
So if it was morning for you,
Yep.
you got up at midnight.
I'm a late nighter anyway.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So that's definitely the foundation for sure.
So I'm not trying to take anything away from the woman, but would you say the foundation started with you? As far as in like just really just not, like, how do I say this respectfully? Like, it seems like you're the man. He was like, hey, listen, we're going to pray. We're going to start off right. We're going to talk about this. We're going to have these uncomfortable conversations. And you started that, she joined you, and then it was a team effort from there. Like, would you say that, or would you say it was like team from the very, very, very beginning?
I would say that a foundation has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And so somebody has to kick that off, right?
Yeah.
And there were things in our situation where I'm a little bit stronger in because I've learned.
Yeah.
And so
Finances, for sure.
especially with finances coming into play, that kind of gave the opportunity for there to lend, hey, I got us. Like if you're here, then we'll find a way.
My man said, yo, if you hear it, we gonna be good. He said that, listen, you my woman today, but if you lock arms, don't get it twisted. We gonna be right financially.
Right. Yeah.
And we know emotional and financial security is very important for ladies.
Yes, big time.
And so that's pretty cool that y'all did that while dating.
Yeah.
Now these meetings, and I'm living here because I'm just like, oh, this is interesting. I'm like you a little bit, but I've never went to that depth, like monthly check-ins, because when I tried to do that, oh man, she was like, I'm not one of your people who you're talking to at YouTube. And I'm like,
but we didn't make it like that though.
It's not about that.
Yeah, it was more casual. It didn't feel like a business meeting. It was more like, hey.
Y'all went to dinner and just check in. So y'all didn't have set days. It was just at least once a month.
It
like the end of
started
the month.
with some, like, for me, intentionally picking certain days.
Absolutely.
Right? So I gotta make sure that these are there, and then over time explain, hey, let's do it on these days. That way we both know where we're at.
And then, was it like y'all went out to dinner or something like that?
Yeah, just
dinner, home.
Yeah, any moment
Date
that we found an opportunity, intentional with a date night, and just out, find a real nice place to go, and then hey, where you stand? Where are we?
Yep.
Did y'all ever make any like money mistakes while y'all was dating, and then other people had to check each other like, yo,
Yep.
what are you doing?
Yep.
Oh,
You did?
Yep.
Yeah.
How was that conversation?
Uncomfortable.
It was
Uncomfortable. But that comes out of just knowing how to get out of those habits. Because now that we've opened up the dialogue, we've said that these are our checkpoints to like, hey, let's a pulse check on the relationship. Having those difficult conversations in those moments was like, oh my God, I'm getting up to that date and I got to explain myself when it comes to, okay, I went over budget here.
Did you ever try to avoid the date? Like
No.
You never tried to?
No.
You never try to get out of the date?
No.
Come on, Nicole. You never like, you know what? I'm just not feeling good.
No, I would say that, but there wasn't a reason to get out of the check-in. Yeah. Nope.
This sounds just a little bit too good to be true. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm like, you never thought about like, no, we know you didn't.
Intentional.
It's like,
We had a mission. We were on a real
so what was the mission though? Like, what were y'all trying to be debt free before you got married?
Yes.
Did y'all hit
Before
that mission?
I did.
marriage. Was it debt free? It was during we were married.
During that year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Grace.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Well, don't mind that. Now, I can't talk about my wife. I got her back.
I had the most debt, so it took me a little bit longer to weave out of mine.
And even there, right? That was trust, right? Because at that point in time, it was like, hey, somebody's got to start. Yeah. Right. And so the trust there, it might have started with me, but she's definitely been holding it down.
Yeah.
I give her props for where it stands because, again, those are tough conversations, one. But then two, understand that there's got to be an ebb and flow. Like, I'm going to start this off so that we can get to an end. Yep. And she had to trust in that, right? Yep. There had to be trust there that would be intentional. Even back and forth. I mean, it would be her, it would be me, on different things that we were trying to accomplish, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man. So when y'all got married, how much debt did y'all have combined?
During that time?
Yeah.
Probably a little under.
It was under 120 at that point because we had already started chipping away.
Closer to about 60.
60,000.
Yeah.
How long did y'all date?
4 years, 4 years.
3, 4 years. That's a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I mean, and I really hope you all who are watching and listening, right? I mean, I lived on this a little bit because I found that very, very, very good. That we don't see a lot of people who are dating on a mission like that. And I think that's one of the main reasons why the marriage will work is because you all had the real hard conversations
at the time
while dating.
Yes.
So it's like you really can't get harder questions while you're married because you all addressed all of them while you were dating. And that was y'all's chance to be like, this just ain't going to work.
Yeah.
Here's a hard question. Did y'all ever think while dating, maybe this won't work? Never. Well, y'all just like the perfect dating couple.
No,
I think the communication is what helps.
But there's really a mindset to the communication.
There is a mindset. You have to be willing and able to want to listen to the other person as they're communicating what some of those concerns are, issues, financial, relationship-wise. So I think the build up to that leaves more room for responsibility, respect, trust.
Man,
I'll say from a male standpoint, for me, I was not done dating, but I was doing my thing beforehand, and so I learned a lot of the way that hey, I want it now. Like, I was having I was enjoying life. I was enjoying what was there, and then I kind of just was like, hey, I want to be intentional this time around and figure out where that was, and I think that was that moment that gave it for me.
And I think that's where I'm at in my life, right? Is I can't wait to be married, but then at the same time, I'm kind of like done. And the next person who I settle down with, it's going to be intentionality. Yeah. And we will have communications. We will have the hard conversations before we even get into a committed relationship.
Yep.
And for me, it's more so of I'm getting older, and I want to have some kids. I want to build wealth with my spouse. And if she can't come, like with your mindset, like she's open to be stretched, and me too. Yeah. Be open to be stretched and be a little uncomfortable because nothing happens inside of our comfort zone. No. And so the moment we are outside of our comfort zone, we are uncomfortable. I think that's the faith zone. And we just really rely on God to walk us through this process. Yep. But if you really want to build something of substance, like a marriage, like a friendship, like a business, there are going to be some uncomfortable moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you all embrace those early on in life, which is why you all are debt-free today.
Yep.
So when you all got married, some people believe that, when you get married, it will be still your responsibility if it was your debt to pay off the debt. Did y'all then combine it? And then your income and y'all income became one income and just attack whatever the rest of the debt was?
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much.
Tried to find the opportunities where they land to consolidate the debt where we could. If we get points down where they were during those time frames.
Yeah. Refinance quite a few times with different, to get that percentage down even lower. Yeah. To knock it out quicker.
Interest is not your friend.
No.
Interest is not.
No.
I had another guy on the show that think about it, man. Your penalty is somebody else's reward. Yeah. And when he said that, I was like, think about that. Interest you're paying out is money you're taking away from your kids and from your family to give to another family to give to their kids.
Yeah.
Like they celebrate you being in bondage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they celebrate you paying them interest. And I'm just like, when I hear people say, 2.5, 3.9 interest rate, I'm like, I'm like, in the season that I'm in life, I'm not knocking anyone who goes down the credit route. But for me, when I look at it, I'm like, I don't want to take money away from my family that I do not have to take away from.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like, let's just, let's just wait and pay cash for it. You know, let's just be patient. And I believe in the trade system. So if I give you money, I purchase something from you for its value. Mm-hmm. You give me what I want, I give you what you want, which is money.
Yeah.
And it was a product. That's cool. But I don't want to give you more than what it's worth.
Yep.
And that's what we do with interest.
Yeah.
And so, how long did it take y'all to pay off the rest of the $60,000?
2 years.
I think it was about 7 over that time, the rest of the years.
Said after we got married.
Then, yeah, probably about 3 years. Yeah, 2 to 3 years.
2 3 years?
Yeah.
What was the hardest thing, like when y'all got married? So now you all are married, living with each other, and attacking this debt, doing life together. I'm curious, what was one of the hardest things that y'all had to deal with?
The money was the hardest thing. Like, once we got over the hurdle of that initial conversation during the dating phase, at that point it was like, okay, now that we've figured this out and got a good groove for it, let's figure out how we can get this done and chip away at it faster.
And how did y'all do that? Like, what's the process of eliminating debt for a couple?
So definitely combining, figuring out the best way to balance, the income and how that actually helps with eliminating that debt.
Okay.
Consolidating for sure.
Okay.
Refinancing.
For sure.
We still kept with that monthly check-in. Mm-hmm. We actually have spreadsheet.
Yeah, I would say definitely knowing what you're worth.
Okay.
Is probably key. We will sit down and actually know where we're at.
Yeah.
So that we can understand what we can spend.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can still have a lot of assets and still your net is negative. Right.
Yeah.
We actually went through that.
Wow.
And was able to get our way out of it because we knew what we were in.
Yeah.
Versus
going blindly. Yeah. So that monthly spreadsheet that we used during the dating phase, we continued even while married.
For real.
So it showed our negative net worth up until the point where we were positive from chipping away at debt. Yeah.
They say by 2054, African Americans will have a 0 to negative net worth as a whole, as far as in taking the average, and the average African American will have 0 to negative. That's scary.
It is.
I don't want to go back there.
Do not want to go back.
And I love how you said, like, know your worth.
Yep. I
wonder how many people right now who are listening and who are watching know what you're actually worth. Not how much you have in your closet. Not how much do you have in your garage. But what are you worth? What stocks, what your savings, what's your balance on your investments? What are you worth?
Yep.
That's never been said on my show before. It's like, are you negative? Do you look good and you're worth nothing? Ooh.
That's a word.
That is a word right there.
That's a sermon.
It's like, do you look good, but you're worth nothing? You're a liability when you come to the table.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or do you look okay, but you're an asset when you come to the table? Right. You're worth something.
Yep.
And that is the reason why I teach what I teach, is because I think single people, we are in a great position to where we can become an asset. We can work on becoming an asset. And when I say asset, I'm not just only talking about money. I'm also talking about the wisdom, the knowledge, our gifts and our talents. But at the same time, I do believe that the reason why marriages are failing is because we're not maximizing our single season. We're out here, we look good. We got all the Louis, we got all the Gucci, we got all the long wigs,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep drilling that on in. You know, we got the beautiful weaves, we got the nice Jordans, we got the backpacks, but we have nothing that is growing money other than our income from our jobs. But we're not investing in the 401ks, we're not investing in the Roth IRAs. Everyone who's investing in crypto and Bitcoin is upset right now because we just had a huge dip in that. And so it's like, oh man, I gotta get into crypto, and then oh man, I'm gonna put my life savings into crypto, and then now look at us, but we're not investing into the simple stuff, and we're negative, but we look good. We ain't worth nothing.
A lot of people are scared to find out what that is.
I think I want to know this. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop in the comments and just simply put, I know or I don't know. Do you know your net worth? Like, do you know what you are worth? Put I know or I don't know. And please be honest. It's no shame, because that's why we're here. We're here to learn. We're here to do that. So for those who are saying right now, I don't know, but how do I find out? What was a way for you all? Like, what was the system to know what you were worth, like from a practical way? Did y'all list all of your income, all your debt, all your savings and your assets? Like what did that look like for the people who are listening and watching right now? What should they do on a piece of paper?
The math, the asset minus liabilities equals net worth.
Say it one more time.
Asset minus liability equals net worth.
Assets minus liabilities equals net worth. Which is why when I hear people, I won't say his name because I'm pretty cool friends with him, but he's a billionaire, but he also has millions in debt.
Oh.
And so I'm like, so you're not really a billionaire because you have millions in debt. But when you Google this individual, he's a billionaire. But I'm like, but he has millions in real estate, millions in cars that like, and I'm like, man, a lot of people frown on me a little bit because I'm like, I just really believe in doing cash. I go to sleep knowing that I'm worth something. I go to sleep knowing that I don't owe anybody nothing.
Yes.
Other than just my regular mortgage and my regular living expenses. But as far as in debt, it just feels good.
Yes, it does.
So I want you all to do that today. I want you to go list all of your assets. And then you're going to list all of your liabilities. And assets is going to be, yes, your income. It's going to be what you have invested in 401ks. It's going to be real estate property that you own outright. Because if you still owe, you're still in debt a little bit. All right. And so you're going to list all your assets. What do you own outright, free and clear? You're going to list all your liabilities. And that's going to be all your debt. That's going to be, if you owe, that's liability.
Yep.
And then what does that equal at the end? And that's going to scare some of you all. That's really going to scare some of you all. And what I'll do for this particular show, because I think a lot of you all are going to wake up and see I'm worth nothing. And a key thing of being worth something is getting rid of your liabilities, getting rid of your debt. And the best program to get rid of your debt is Financial Peace University. And that's inside of my friend's platform, Ramsey Plus, Dave Ramsey. And I'm going to link their information in the show notes. I think you get like 15, 30 days free with my link. And so I will put that in the show note today so you can get started on that process, because I think some of y'all are going to be like, what in the world? When you see what you're worth, you're going to be like, what in the world? Some of y'all are going to take back your wigs. Some of y'all are going to take back your Gucci purse. I don't know if you take back wigs, but some of y'all are going to sell so many things because you're not going to like that number.
Yeah, it's scary.
You're not going to like it, and you better not like it, and you better not say, well, that's what everyone else is doing. Well, now that's not what we do. Okay, and so, man, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yo, if you just now tuned into the show, man, it's your boy Anthony O'Neal. Welcome back to the table. At the table today, I have my friends Nicole and Greg Jones, and they're really dropping some real good nuggets here. Nuggets that I believe that will impact your life, that will challenge you. And for the first time, man, I haven't had really no one on my show tell me that, hey, they had a game plan while they were dating. Like dating. my man knew what she owed. She knew what he owed, you know, and that's, to me, I think that is powerful because it shows intentional dating, and it shows that, hey, we really do value each other and love each other. We want to see each other win. And it's amazing. So before we get back to their story, I want to remind you all that, listen, if you are on a game plan, if you are trying to improve yourself, a huge part of that is, number one, getting out of debt. Number two, making sure that you have a fully funded emergency fund, a savings account. So that way, when life does happen, you have a little bit of cushion to fall back on. And so my friends over at Prize Pools, where I park my emergency fund at my savings account, they give you 0.30% interest rate. And check this out. Yo, listen, man, they are fire. They will give you $1 for every dollar you have in your account every single day. So not really $1. They're going to give you 1 point, like one gift ticket that goes into a huge drawing every single week, every single month, and you might win. So say, for example, you have $5,000 in your account today and $5,000 in your account tomorrow. That's 10,000 tickets that you will get, that it will go inside of a savings account, not a savings account, inside of a big prize bin, and they pull names. Already, I've won like a couple of $100 just from having my money sitting there on top of the 0.30% interest rate, and they are FDIC insured. So they bring fun to saving. It's almost like, you know, gambling a little bit. You may win something, you may not. And if you don't win, you got interest, you're FDIC insured, and you know what? You're saving for emergencies. And so they're giving away some pretty cool benefits. If you go join them today, there's not a lot to open up your account. I think you open up like $5, and you can go to anthonyoneal.com/savings. I'm going to teach you all how to keep maximizing this single season and just maximizing this year. So if you are seeing this show today and you say, you know what? If I meet a guy like Greg and he asks me how much money I have in my account and I tell him nothing, that ain't going to work. So let me just go ahead and just start saving. You know, let me go open up this prize pool account that Anthony's been talking about. And so that way, when my boo do come to me and be like, hey, yo, what's the game plan? I mean, what have you been working on? Yo, I follow Anthony ONeal. I'm already working on my debt. I already have a savings account. What's your game plan? Yo, we can flip it like that. Yo, I think, their man be like, yo, girl, my game plan is to make you my wife.
Right. Period.
So go to anthonyoneal.com/savings. Sign up for the account today. You guys, it's free. There's no issues there at all. And I promise you, you will love it. So I'm curious, now that since you all are debt free, what about your mortgage? You know, right now, is the game plan to pay off the mortgage? Is the game plan to keep the mortgage as long as you want, build savings? I'm curious, as a married couple, what's y'all's game plan with the mortgage debt?
Yeah.
I would say it's fluid. Everything's for sale.
Everything's for sale.
No, but if the right opportunity comes, right? Like our main thing is finding the right opportunities where they lie. Okay. We're in interesting housing area at this point. Could we, find the next one? Yeah. A lot of those times, I'm trying to figure out those next paths. But as far as right now, just hand that down. Maximize. We have the ability to pay it off, but is this a better opportunity right now to keep it in the long run? I kind of look to financial awareness and generational wealth. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when I think of buying something, I try to own it in a stock or in the market. Even being intentional to some of the items that we'll purchase. We love Apple products, right? And, everybody loves the right shoes and brand. Why not buy that stock first before purchasing that item? Maybe you actually make money back. Yeah. Yep. Right. So that's kind of the phase right now is trying to just find the right opportunities and saving up.
Yep.
Yeah, and you said y'all refi like 3 times?
Yeah, about three times, yep.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, I do the same thing with mine. I'm being wise in this market, right? So I was going like gazelle intense on trying to pay down this mortgage. And then when I sat down with my financial advisor, he was like, hey, let's move a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Move a little bit slower. And he was like, still make extra payments on it. And so I'll add like an extra $500 to my payment every single month. And when I did the math, that saves me still a whole lot of money in a whole lot of time.
Yep.
Instead of for me making double payments every single month, he was like, hey, you just started a business, be wise there because you need to build a team. And then 2, he was like, the market is changing and stuff right now. He was like, so you might end up selling this house and make a whole lot of money on it.
Yep.
And you'll get your money back, but you can use that money somewhere else right now.
Exactly.
And then in another case, he advised another couple because it was like, yo, we're going to live here forever. So he was like, well, then go ahead and pay off your house. He was like, because if you're going to retire in this home and live here forever, and you're never going to sell this home, go ahead and get out of debt.
Yep.
So that payment is no longer there. And so I love what you said. Like, y'all, I'm just assessing the market. I'm assessing what's going on. I'm seeing what aligns with my vision. And then if the right opportunity comes, we'll sell it.
Yep. Exactly.
If the right opportunity doesn't come, we'll stay here and we'll knock it down.
Yep.
And that's like me. I'm like, okay. I do know I will end up moving to Charlotte.
Okay.
Right. But I'm trying to figure out if I want to sell this or rent it. Because this is a beautiful home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I want to sell it or do I want to rent it and keep this for my family? But I mean, Charlotte is like 3 years down the road. I told my dad by the time he turns 65, I'll be home till he and I can play golf.
Nice. Very
awesome.
nice.
So hopefully, if your future wife, if you watching,
that's where you'll be.
we going to Charlotte.
I love that.
We going to Charlotte.
Have that vision.
Yeah. I have
Yes.
vision.
Yes.
See, vision.
Her.
Oh, yeah, you have, yeah. Listen to my man. Listen to him. But I think vision, here's something too. I want to ask you something. And we're gonna get back to the whole money thing. I just love talking to y'all. I think sometimes ladies say, I want a man with a vision. But I think sometimes ladies are scared of men with a real vision. Do you think so?
I think so. I think there's a balance of both. There are women who are afraid because they don't want to necessarily open up 100% because they have maybe some past hurts from exes that they're bringing to the table with the new person that they're with. So it makes it a challenge to have somebody that can lead you in the relationship or help lead you. And you guys lead each other in the path that you want to go. And then there are women like myself who's like, I'm already in the mindset of, I'm trying to go somewhere and let's do this together. Yeah. You lead in these areas, I lead in some of these areas, and be flexible, submissive. And I think there's a submissive aspect to it from both sides because we know each other's strengths. So if you're good in finances, I'm going to lean on you. I'm still going to educate myself along the way, even though it's more of a challenge for me because I'm just not innately good at it. But I'm going to lean on you in that area and trust your leadership, judgment, so forth, and be open and willing and vulnerable in that process. I know I'm great at management.
You are.
Updating operational stuff.
Yes.
In terms of just planning overall and just having the overall vision.
Yeah.
And different aspects than he would. And so he trusts in me to lead in those areas. And then we kind of just go back and forth.
It's partnership.
So, it literally is.
Yeah.
It literally is.
And I think that's what I love about you because you're helping me out with some projects. And I love how he just lets you just live in your lane. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
It was helping you with the technology. It was like, I'm the IT guy today. That's what's up. Yeah.
And I think having that dating phase conversations, open communication, those tough questions like you mentioned earlier and what's in your book, having that earlier on makes it easier to navigate with one another. Yeah. You know how to turn on and off. You know what the other one is thinking just by looking at them. So let me just pull back. The introvert piece that you mentioned earlier, like I know when it's kicking in for him, so I know, okay, let me step up a little bit more. Okay. So, it's just...
You cover him.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
That's just so awesome, man. I love it. You have a book here, and before we promote your books, I really love this. We said a couple of things and it just hit me about refinancing and mortgages. You guys, I think refinancing before these interest rates even get higher is a great thing right now. And some of you are saying, I want to get into a home right now. Some people would say now is not a good time to get into a home, but here's my thought. If you are financially capable of purchasing a home and you need a home, you want a home, I say now is a great time to get into a home because you can catch up on, ride it high. Now, if you live in paycheck to paycheck and you think because I have an apartment paying $1,500 a month, I can pay a mortgage on $1,500 a month, you're not ready to get a mortgage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. You are not ready. But what I love is Churchill Mortgage, who I partner with and who have financed all of my homes. They will work with you over a year, 2 years. Like if you call them today and said, "Hey, here's my situation. Here's where I'm at." They will tell you right now, you are ready. You are not ready. If you're not ready, they're going to give you a game plan like Greg. And they're going to say, "Hey, here are the things you need to put into place." And they'll check in with you monthly. Like, "Hey, are you doing this? Have you paid this off? Have you raised this money? How you put this money into your prize pool savings account? What are you doing to get there?" But if you are ready, man, they're going to give you a certified pre-approval. They're going to give you extra $5,000 as a guaranteed buyer to put towards your earnest money. They're going to give you a fast lighting closing, and they're going to make sure that you get through this thing properly. And so it's literally just hit my head. I was like, wait. We talked about refi. Right now is a great time to refi because interest rates are rising. And Churchill will lock in your rate for 90 days as you're shopping, as you're thinking about it. So go to anthonyoneal.com/Churchill. Check them out because I'm telling you right now, I thank y'all for saying that. Because I was like, this is crazy. But Nicole, you wrote a book called Unlearned, Ditch Failed Money Habits and Discover Financial Freedom. Yeah. And it's pretty funny because you said you were the person with the most debt. Yep. He was the strongest one, but you wrote the book.
Yep.
Like this is interesting. Like you had the most debt.
Yep.
You weren't weak, but he was stronger in the area of money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But you wrote the book about failed money habits. So are you, respectfully asking, are you saying that you had some failed money, some bad money habits?
Yes. I had some bad money habits. I was shopping online. I was shopping in person, going to the malls, blowing up a check, got my first job, thought I was doing something, spending, wasn't meeting some of those monthly goals that I said I wanted to meet. And honestly, I didn't know out of all of this, a book would come out of it. Wow. It's because I am looking back and looking about what I actually wrote into these pages. It's like I'm the most unlikely person to have written a book like that because I had such a poor financial history.
Yeah.
But the reason why I wrote it because I was the most unlikely person to write something like that because my mindset from a financial aspect was it was not clicking.
Right.
So I was like, well, let me put into words of my journey of that process and me changing my mindset, not just my financial habits, but something had to click in order for me to understand, okay, I need to make a difference in my financial wellness.
I was going to flipping through the chapters. I didn't even know you wrote a book. And then you gave it to me right before the show. Chapter 1 is Rob Peter to Pay Paul. Chapter 2 is How to Flip $50,000. Okay, then. Chapter 3 is Houston, We Have a Problem.
Yep.
I like. Yep. I'm liking this, and it's simple. I love this one. True partnership.
Yep. Yeah.
Prior to dating, Greg and I were friends, always discussing ways to elevate our careers, our ambitions, and ways to build a stable life. Y'all would talk about how to elevate y'all's careers while y'all was dating?
Yep. Yeah. And we made that a competitive thing. So who got the most salary? Yeah.
Oh, y'all was competing with salaries?
Yeah. Yes.
That's a healthy competition.
And that was a tough conversation, too.
Because was she ever making more money than you? How did you feel as a man? Every time?
No.
Oh, it's kind of like, whoa.
It's cap.
Oh, man, let go. Cap, bro.
No.
Cap. She got me a couple of times, but not all the time.
She started off strong.
Okay.
I'll give her her props. She definitely started off the topic because even again she actually started off winning from a financial standpoint. And I was the one losing. So we built each other up over that time frame. And even having those real conversations, she got me a couple of times. So it was like, at the real face moment of, oh yeah, you're right. I'm wrong.
Ooh.
So, and once
and as a man, was a pride? Did you feel that pride a little bit?
It stung me a little bit, but I accepted the challenge.
Okay.
And I said never again.
Did she make you feel like she was better than you at all?
No.
See that? And that's the thing that I think works good. Is she challenged you, but she still made you feel like the love of her life, the man of the relationship. And it's like, yo, this is a teamwork.
She saw better for me. And I was like, you know what?
I saw the vision. I saw the vision.
I see it too. I just been slacking. And I won't do that no more.
Yeah.
Yo, that's huge.
Yeah.
Because I think some men are intimidated by ladies who make more than them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Like the gifts and the talents that inside of her was for you.
Yep.
Like to help you.
Yep.
And it's like she had the gifts and the talents to make more money. It stretched you. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all both winning.
Yeah.
Like y'all both winning off of playing with each other like that. Like, yo, who gonna get the most money? Who gonna get the most money? I got it. Now as I look at it, it's all going in the same pot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no competition. Like make the healthy competition. But then once you say I do, we do.
It's combined.
It's all together.
And that's exactly what happened.
I'm still with it.
I'm winning.
Yeah, like I'm still winning. Yo, see, that's the mindset I think men have to have.
Yes.
I always told myself, man, if I find a woman that makes way more money than me, good. It doesn't stop me because I'm still a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the vision will always supersede, I believe, the man or woman individually. Because what is the vision for our family?
Yes.
Where are we going? And then once we identify where we're going, it's all right, cool. How do we get us there?
Yep.
It shouldn't be how does he get us there? Shouldn't be how does she get us? It's like, okay, babe, what do we need to put into place that will get us there quickly, that will get us there, and when we get there we can stay there. And then when we get there, what are we doing so our kids can go even further?
Yeah. Now you have a lot of these questions where women are saying, hey, could you date somebody that makes less than you? And the answers are no, they have to make this certain amount. To me, it was yes, because I see something. I know there's something there. There's something of substance, and I know we can build together. So the answer is yes, I can date somebody that makes less than me because his mindset is there. We may not be there together just yet. Right. But it's
there.
Yeah.
And I think as long as he has a mindset, as long as he has a vision and a work ethic, a man can get there. Yeah. You know, and a woman can
too.
Get there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think we're not in a day and time to where I believe the man needs to be doing everything. I think it's all right, babe, what's the vision? Yep. What's the game plan? How do we get there? What are your strengths to get us there? Yep. What are my strengths to get us there? Let's combine and let's work together. Because I'm like, dude, God fearfully and wonderfully made us. Yep. And he put inside of a woman what men will be weak in. He put inside of a man what woman will be weak in. And he said, it's not best for you to be alone. And so let's combine together and then let's move forward. Like, I don't believe that the man is the head as far as the woman is behind. I believe that the man sees the vision and then we combine together. Babe, this is what God gave me. What do you see? Like, do you agree? Yeah, babe, I agree. Cool. Let's go together. Now, when there's danger, the man steps up and protect. But when we're working towards the vision, when we're working towards the goal, we're working to stay together. Yeah, exactly. And I think we as men have to be okay with understanding that if she comes to the table making more money, great. Like, cool. Yep. But there is a level, I think, and man, I wish we had 2 hours to do this show. Man, we're about to go over time. But there is a level, though, that I think ladies have to. You could be this very successful woman, but there is still a level of and I don't want to say femininity because I just don't like those terms, but there's still a level of, like, still be the woman, still be the wife, still be loving. A softness. Yeah, still be the nourishing and caring woman. You could be an alpha woman, but when you come home with your husband, like, he don't need to feel like he's talking to another man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be the woman. You know, you know what I'm saying? And then, and I try to be so soft and correct when I say this. It's like, because if you're dating the opposite sex, like if that's what you're doing, which I am into that, that's what I want. I'm marrying a woman. That's what I do, right? And if my woman wears men, it means she's into men only. You don't want to marry a man who's feminine.
Yeah, I was
You know
gonna say
what I'm
that
saying?
goes both ways. A woman doesn't want somebody who's weak,
Right.
and I have to coddle him, and it's a no, for me.
No.
It's
So
a
it's
no.
like, so I hope ladies really understand what I'm trying to say. It's like, yo, still be that strong woman, but there is a level of just be a little soft. Don't be as strong when you come home. I was watching this show, my boy David Shan's show, and he had this lady on there by the name of April, and she said something. She says, "Oh, I'm a strong woman." She said, "But when I come home, I'm weak." She said, "Cause think about it. If I'm this strong person, let's say you have two ladies in the building, I'm the strong lady, she's the weak lady, and we're both carrying boxes. Who's gonna get help from the man? The strong woman or the weak woman?"
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "They're gonna go to the weak woman." So she says, "I act a little weak." So that way men can come and help. I was like, yo, that is smart. She says, but when I'm out in the career field, when I'm out doing my thing, I'm the strong one. But
You have
when
to
I'm
be
dating
assertive.
someone,
Yeah.
I'm like, baby, you want to get that? Get that door.
Yep.
Hey, can you take that out? You know, she was like, I don't be walking around the house. I got it. I don't need no man's help. And I was like, yo, see? And I think if ladies could learn that a little bit, oh man.
Yeah.
Where can we get this book?
It is on my website,
Okay.
mediocretomasterful.com. It's also on Amazon.
Okay. We
Yeah.
will link it in
Yeah.
today's show notes. And oh wait, I didn't see
And
it.
the spreadsheet that we use is actually in there, like the snapshot of
I
the
see.
spreadsheet.
I was just about to see that. I see. Oh, it's 2016.
Yep.
Yeah, boy, y'all was rolling. Real quickly as we go, what's next for y'all? So you all are debt free. You all are. You have your own business.
Yeah.
You know, your business is actually helping my company, helping us get it more organized and more structured.
Yep.
And we had our first team meeting going over
Yes,
2022
that was
the other
exciting.
day, and that was great. You
Yes.
killed that. I definitely see your lane. But as a family, as a couple, what's next for y'all?
Yeah, I think continue to find more investments amongst, now that we're debt free. It's kind of like, okay, now what do we do with the money that we have? Continue to build in our financial fire number, if you will.
Yep.
And then full-time entrepreneurship for me, because I just left corporate last year. So the PM suite is now working with you. Yeah, full-time.
Wow.
Full-time.
And then you do IT?
I was about to say IT
Yeah,
and
do IT.
stocks for him. Yeah.
Wow.
And day trading.
Yeah.
This is. Oh, you do day trading?
Yeah.
So
I do
you know Terry?
Not like I would love to.
We know of her for
You know,
sure. Yeah.
She's into day trading. She's like the guru of day trading.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten into it, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really do single stocks.
Really?
Mm,
You and Terry like brother and sister. I'm surprised
are.
you haven't picked up the bug yet.
I'm good.
Well,
I know my sweet
contact to him
spot.
then. Yeah.
Right. I think the one thing for me that kind of got me into it was, again, was what I mentioned earlier. If there's something I love,
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
why not start off with that? And then, again, something that gives dividends,
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah.
I reciprocate, and then when it's time to pay it off, that's where I pay it from.
I love it. So you like day trading?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You made some good money from it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've done well.
Yo,
He's so modest.
listen to
He's so
your wife.
modest.
He was like, man, I've done well. Your wife's like, oh yeah, we bought some things with that money. Baby, you keep trading. I know Anthony don't like it. He don't
But
teach,
here's
but
the
baby,
thing:
you keep.
we don't touch it. It stays there to continue to.
Y'all
grow.
haven't touched it at
Trying
all?
to get the generational wealth.
Yeah.
We're doing well for ourselves, making money, and I see a vision for that in the future, and just let that continue to grow. Now, if there is a need to, yeah, sure. I'll if the investment owns itself up to switch it out from there, but until then,
Just letting it sit.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
And always trying to build the community, and just working through with my wife and
yeah.
figure out what those next plans are.
Yeah.
Man, I love it. We'll link Terry's course below, y'all. I know y'all have some, but day trading? Wait. Okay.
Right.
So we'll drop her link so y'all can check it out, because her course is actually real good. My little sister is taking it right now,
Oh, nice.
and she said, Anthony, this is the move. And I met a young guy when I moved here. There's a young guy trying to buy my townhome, and he really, really wanted a townhome. It was a little bit too pricey for him, right? He needed something about 60 grand cheaper. And so he wrote me a long letter, follows me and everything, watches my show, and he's a full-time day trader.
Wow.
Does about $75,000 a year just
Yeah.
from day trading.
Yep.
Doesn't do nothing else. And I'm like, wow. And he's been doing it for like 2-3 years.
Wow.
And he got approved for like a loan up to about $550.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't enough for my home.
Mm-hmm.
So he wrote me a long letter thinking he can
That
get
would
60
help.
grand out the house.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, give me 60 grand out my house. But that's what's up that you day traded full time.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And so while it may not be something that I do, again, I don't knock it because I do believe that people like yourself can be successful at it.
Yep.
It's just not something that I do,
Yep.
you know? Like I'm just now getting into crypto, but I'll be real. I just lost 20 grand in crypto this week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The market ain't any better. I've done the same. I lost
know?
20 grand in the last
Yeah.
2 months. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
It's just crazy. Now I didn't lose 20 grand that I put
it's
in.
unrealized gains.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That I ain't put that much
Right.
into it. But the money that I put in gained that much.
Yep.
And then I lost it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
he just wasted his money. Nah, hold up.
Right.
Let me set it straight.
Clear it up.
right.
I will say though, with the market, even though I did lose that unrealized gain, I still gained dividends from it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm
where
saying.
that
Yeah.
added opportunity comes.
I'm still in the positive,
Yeah.
just not as much.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm starting to dib and dab in some things, man. And I don't really have the time for day trading. But anyways, yo, this has been a great show, you guys. Don't forget to pick up this month's book of the month on top of my sister's book. We'll link this as well in the show notes. But this month we are reading Essentialism, the disciplined pursuit of less. All right. Yo, it's your boy Anthony O'Neal. We'll see y'all on the next show. Peace out.